Hey, Yasha cousin. Yeah, so it's finally setting in that my hair is no longer locked. This is my second day since, from me detangling my locks and getting my hair done. And I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, she looks pretty, but who is this woman? And oddly enough, I'm feeling kind of sad about it. I'm not regretting it, but I think that I'm having an identity. I don't want to call it crisis, but kind of like crisis. Like, who is this woman in this new phase? Now, for those who don't know, I was locked for 8.5 years. And for the last year, I've been contemplating going back and forth on whether or not I was going to cut my hair. I just felt at this point like it was heavy. I felt like the phase was over. It was no longer me. Now, I didn't know what the new me was, but I felt like I was carrying everything in my hair. It's so funny. And then someone finally told me, like, you know what? You carry energy in your hair. And for the last 8.5 years, I've had so many ups and downs, lived in several different places, few of relationships didn't go well, dealt with health problems. And for some reason, I just think maybe I was really carrying all that in my hair. And besides it just being naturally just heavy, my hair was very heavy. And what was ironic to a lot of people is that I cut my hair because even when I was going to like several consultations to help me with my detangling, they were like, oh my God, your hair is so gorgeous. There's no breakage. My hair was very healthy. I've never lost any locks, no thinning of locks, beautiful hair. And people were just like, I don't understand why you want to do this. I'm like, I'm just past this phase. And so yesterday I got my hair did, and I went to a family dinner, and everyone was looking at me like they did not recognize me. I really felt like I was coming out the closet. My family was like, "Is that a wig or something?" I was like, "No." They was like, "You cut your long hair." Now, mind you, because I have dyed my locks several times, I think like 4 times, um, there was going to be quite a bit of breakage with detangling them. So my locks was initially down to my waist and they broke. Okay. And once I detangled them, this was the color that my locks were. So this is not no like fresh dye job. I had to cut quite a bit off just to get this length, which is at my shoulders. So this is setting in with me, but I'm feeling like something has died. Someone has died or something. That's crazy. And I still have my hair because I don't want nobody to get a hold of my hair. Okay. So, yeah, I know my family, for those who I share, I have a history of my family practicing voodoo and all that. So I don't want nobody doing nothing on my hair. So I'm like, what am I going to do with my hair? So I guess once my father does like a bonfire or something, I'll burn it then. But my son, I've had my hair more than basically like half his life. And he was like, I don't like it, Mom. I don't like your hair straight. If you're going to do this, then you should at least leave it curly. It should be natural. I was like, look, so for me, I work out at least 5 times a week. I was like, let me have these few days of my hair being straight. And then trust me, once I get back into the gym, it will go back curly. Okay. So, but I am kind of scared, to be honest, because I did not prepare myself for this. Prior to me going locked, the one feeling that I did have was that my hair felt like a prison to me. And I was kind of excited about the lock journey because I would be able to move freely. I wasn't having, ducking and dodging like raindrops. And now I saw myself getting out my car with my umbrella and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, please don't let this turn into a prison. And also, I did not know how to do hair. Like my mother has tried to teach me how to do hair majority of my life. And all of her other daughters were able to get it. It was never my forte. In fact, to the point that when I got pregnant, I was praying to God. I was like, please let it be a boy because I do not know how to do hair. So that is scary to me. Completely scary. So I'm just hoping maybe with YouTube and Instagram, I could figure out how to maintain my hair in between going to the salon. But what was funny to me is that I went into the beauty supply store today, and the officer who was sitting at the door, he was just like stumbling over his words. And he was like, oh my God, you got me so flustered. So I was like, okay, at least I look cute. Okay. At least she looks cute. And I like that. The one thing I don't like about my hair, so my hair has always been, the texture is very fine. It's hereditary. Okay, yeah, I got white blood in me. All right. So I was just, only thing I wish that it was fuller. Okay. So I have more, I guess, body, yada, yada. So that's something I don't like. But I don't know who this person is. Like, my family's like, you don't look like no rocks no more. So who we gonna call you? I don't know. I am like, it's an odd feeling. I don't know if I ever had this feeling before when it came to like, I didn't even have this feeling going into my locks. But I feel like someone has died. Like, so who is this woman? Okay. I have to figure her out. And I know I'm going to, crazy thing is, I know I'm going to get different attention. Because I remember when I first got my locks, like, it was like Grand Rising Queen. Like, before my locks and stuff, I was rocking blonde hair. And trust me, blondes have more fun. I was out there in the clubs and everything. And I got a lot of like, people thought I was fast and stuff. So I'll get a lot of attention. A lot of, I won't call it negative. It wasn't the most positive attention. So now, being older, looking older, I don't know. I don't know what this era is. I don't know. I just have to probably just sit in this transition. I texted my friend, like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going through like maybe an identity crisis or something. She was like, you need to sage yourself and pray over the woman that you're becoming. Literally, a woman's crown is so much of our identity. Imagine women who lose their hair because of like cancer or something. Imagine what they go through. Oh yeah, that was just my rant today. My family's like, who is this woman? It was so crazy when I started initially growing my locks. My family was completely against it. Completely. They were just like, oh my God, it's going to be hard for you to get a job. Your hair is so fine. It's going to pull your hair out. You're going to be bald headed. And then it was just like, oh my God, we love your hair, So now they're like, oh my God, you don't even look like yourself. 8.5 years is a long freaking time. Dang. All right, y'all, ciao.